today I'm going to show you guys how to make a ornament. This happens to be Valentine's because Valentine's Day is coming up soon, but this is very easy assuming you already know how to cut your vinyl. If not, I can do a separate tutorial about that at a different time. But I have my cut vinyl here, I have my ornament, I have some ribbon, some transfer tape for the vinyl. This cup I may use whenever I'm glittering the ornament. A few of these things here you may find that you don't want to use whenever you do it yourself, but they're just kind of some preference items. Here, sometimes I'll use this if there's like some bubbles that I don't like. Glitter, a paper towel, and then I will use this piece of paper back here for putting the glitter into the ornament. So here we go. So first you're just gonna wanna take the top off of this. Some people will cut these a little shorter just so when you put it back in, it doesn't scratch. I usually just pinch it and easily put it back in there. And as long as you're not twisting it or getting all crazy with it, you should be fine to just leave it as it is. I actually like to put my vinyl on here before I do any glittering. And the reason I do that is because I found sometimes whenever you glitter it, there may be little particles of glitter that are on here afterwards that'll get under your vinyl, and you don't want the little bumps from the vinyl behind there. Another thing is that your vinyl piece, something may go wrong with it. Maybe you placed it crooked or whatever the case may be, and you really don't want to have your ornament all ready to go, and then you put on the vinyl and you don't like how it looks and you're trying to take it off and it's just even more of a mess. So I try to just put all of my decals or designs or whatever I'm doing at the time on there before I glitter. That way I don't have to worry about the glitter getting stuck under the vinyl, and then I just know that the last step is going to be to glitter it and I'll be done. So here is the first part of this. You'll see maybe some little bubbles in there, but again, over time when this sits, the bubbles will work their way out. So we just want the first step of this done so that we can get to glittering. So the first thing that we're going to want to do as far as the glittering, you're going to get your glue. I can share in the comments what glue that I use for this. I've tried several different things. I find that this glue is easy to work with. It's not as thick. Some people will use like polyurethane that you can get actually just from the hardware store. It does smell a little bit, so I've moved on to these. I like how that I can see it when I'm spinning it around and it doesn't have an ugly color. So you'll just want to squirt a tiny bit in there. You really don't need a whole lot, but you'll try and just judge what it takes to fill it, and you're just going to spin it around like so until you cover all of the area. And then I'll use this cup here. I have a lot extra in here, more than I would like. Sometimes I'll just use the paper towel if it's really not that much and put it on the paper towel. But as I'm dropping it, I'm just trying to get this section up here. Really, you're not gonna see that a whole lot because your lid of your ornament is gonna be covering that. But I still just like to get as much as I can. Again, personal preference. I can sometimes be a perfectionist and that's just how I like to do it. So that's how we do. And then any extras, again, it'll go in the cup. If you really don't have a lot extra, I sometimes will just knock it off like this. I have this little tool here. Again, it's not required, but you'll see like there's a couple spots here where it didn't really fill in very well. And I just don't really like that, so I'll just use that tool to do that. You just want to knock it and get the most of the liquid out that you can. You really don't want to have any drips inside of the ornament whenever you go to glitter it, or you may have like a thicker chunk going down. Now that I have everything out, I usually don't wait too much time. I don't want it to get super dry in there to where my glitter is not going to stick. So next we're just going to go our paper here. I'll set the ornament over to the side. And I will just pour some glitter on here. Again, you can use any color that you want. This just happens to be Valentine's Day. And I'll just fold it, pour it into my ornament. And as you do this, you'll be able to judge a little more about how much glitter it takes to fill the whole thing, but you really can't go wrong with having more than not enough. So again, like you did the liquid, you'll just want to spin this around so that it coats all of the liquid that you just put in there. And I like to do it pretty quickly in case there is any extra liquid in there. It's not gonna stick into one spot. And you'll just wanna knock everything out. Don't want a whole lot extra, and you wanna use whatever glitter you have left over for your next project. So there you go. I'll just put this glitter back, and I'll let it dry for just a little while, not too long. It really doesn't take a whole lot. Again, I don't really rustle these around very much after I make them, but I do have a ribbon here that I'll just tie onto this. This is not a fancy bow, just a little tie to get it on there. And then just for demonstration purposes, again, I may let this rest for like 5 or 10 minutes, but I usually am doing so many of these at a time that I like to get them all wrapped up. So as long as if you pinch it here, pull it out here a little bit, you don't want to mess with the little edges on the side or they'll get crazy, but as long as you pinch it, it'll get closer together to where you can put it in the ornament. And then I just gently let it go. So again, I didn't cut anything, and you can't see that I didn't do that here. So as long as you're not twisting this around and grinding it to where it takes the glitter off, you should be good. But there you go. That is an easy Valentine's glitter ornament.